No, the discourse in this country is completely disintegrated in the past few years, and has really reached the point where when I listen to both sides, what I actually hear are dogs barking. I'm serious. I wish they just brought out dogs to bark at each other and a different breed every week. You know, it would be great. But as a result of that discourse going to hell, I have discovered that members of the audience during my set will actually get up and storm out of the room. And that pisses me off, because in my heart, I am an entertainer. And that kind of shit will not go down with me. But then I began to understand that people, when they come to see me, they're coming to see a comic. And so they expect the comic to be funny. And who can blame them for that? But I really am a different kind of a comic. A lot of the shit that comes out of my mouth isn't fucking funny. And yet, people laugh their tits off at it. So if you're sitting there and I say something that upsets you, disturbs you, irritates you, angers you, don't you dare, I mean don't you dare, get out of your seat and storm out of the room like some sissy fucking pansy. You sit there, because I have just wasted some of my time with you explaining to you that I agree with you. I had a revelation Christmas before last. It occurred when a terrorist got on a plane with explosives strapped around his dick. And his mission was to blow up Detroit. I was waiting. Some of you didn't seem to get that was the punchline. I mean, he'd have been hard-pressed to find a building left to blow up. It's unbelievable to me. I wondered for a long time, you know, why Detroit? And it was just recently revealed that he was planning on going to Houston or Chicago, but that the ticket to Detroit was cheaper. As frightening as that was, just as frightening was what occurred right afterwards. It occurs whenever there's a terrorist threat or attack. The TSA, Homeland Security, has a breakdown. It's the debate that goes on between the Democrats and the Republicans over which party is better equipped to protect us, the American people, from terrorism. If you truly believe that your party, after all that has transpired, that you believe that your party is better equipped than the other party to protect us from terrorism, then you, and I'm saying this as a friend, are fucking delusional! There's nothing to be debated, okay? You better fucking get that now. If you don't get this, if you don't realize that both parties have a vested interest in keeping us, the American people, alive, then you've missed the point. They need us to keep living so those idiots will have someone to fucking talk to. Because if we die, they will only have themselves to talk to, and then they will die. What has to happen when something like that occurs is that both parties have to then go off together and discuss what needs to be done. If they really desperately need to debate, then each party should pick someone to tell us which of them has the better nipples. We don't have time for that debate. Why? Because we Americans have shit to do. Look, the reason I know that neither party is better equipped than the other party in terms of protecting us is because both parties were to blame for what happened on that day. And how do I know that? Because of and now I'm going to say a word that's going to come as a shock to you. I know it because of a fact. That's a word you never hear. Democrats and Republicans believe that what they tell you about the fact is actually the fact itself. And it isn't a fucking fact! The fact is that both parties were to blame because neither parties, in the 8.5 years from 9/11, were capable of getting the list of names of all of the terrorists and the would-be terrorists to all of the airports in the world. They just couldn't do it. I don't think you understand how long 8.5 years really is, do you? Imagine if your child came back from college and then spent the next 8.5 years with you. It would even feel like 20, wouldn't it? 8.5 years. Meanwhile, during that time, cell phone companies were capable of turning my cell phone into a fucking television set! But the Democrats and the Republicans couldn't get it out. They just couldn't get it done. It was too hard. Makes me squeeze my pee-pee. That's how hard it was. What did the fuckers run out of Mimeo paper? There was nobody around to collate? Eight and a half years ago, I could have gotten a barge and taken it to the harbor of New York City where I live, and in that barge, I could have filled it up with donkeys, stem to stern, packed with donkeys, and on the back of each and every donkey would be a list of the names of all the terrorists, or would-be terrorists, and I could have pushed that barge away from shore. And I believe that in that 8.5 years, one of those donkeys, just by accident, would have stumbled into an airport somewhere. The other reason that I know that both parties were to blame is because neither the Democrats nor the Republicans or anyone that we have hired whose job it is on a daily basis to come up with scenarios over what a terrorist might do, that nobody within the borders of the United States at any time had the thought that there would be a terrorist with explosives strapped around his dick and that he would try to blow up Detroit. Maybe the homeless guy on my block who wears aluminum foil on his head in order to protect himself from electromagnetic waves, and who among us can blame him for that? Maybe on his rounds he stopped at a fire hydrant and went, you know, I have it on good authority that there's a terrorist with explosives strapped around his dick. And he's gonna blow up Detroit. Don't tell anybody. One of the reasons that I feel that we age in this country is because from the time you're born until the day you die, you listen to the same arguments over and over and over and over again. They never end. They don't. Major issues, we bang them back and forth all the time. We're a democracy, and that's what you do. That's one of the prices we pay for having a democracy, is to discuss things until our ears bleed. They even make laws. That doesn't even bother people. They continue to go, that's a bunch of shit, I'm not gonna fuck you. We don't decide much, do we? We really don't seem to. We really seem to be just happy arguing. And you younger members of the audience, the argument that you're gonna listen to your entire life, and I guarantee it, is the argument over gay marriage. There are states that already passed the law and then, oh, we made a mistake, and changed it again. And that will continue until the day you fucking die. And then you will go wherever it is you go, far, far away, and even when you're there, you will still hear from here, that son of a bitch, we're gonna have to do that. Some fucking gay marriage shit, I can't start, what the fuck? One of the major arguments in my lifetime is the argument that we have over health and how we take care of ourselves. It's gone on and on and on. The reason we're at where we're at is because way before I was born, the decision was made that because we're a capitalist country, that health should be seen as a profit-making institution. That's the way people saw it. That's why it's so odd that we're actually having an argument over something that was decided long, long ago, and there's still people who defend that. Now, I'm not sure that health is a profit institution. I'm not sure. Because it's what stands between you and fucking dropping dead. It's not soybeans, is it? It's not fucking fucking bottled water. It's not goddamn cell phone coverage, Time Warner shit. It's none of that. It's your health. And I know it's not a commodity because you've never stopped at a red light and had a crack addict come up to you and go, hey, can I sell you some of my health? In the center of the debate over health care was is the major argument of my lifetime. It's the most inflammatory argument that we go through as a people, and that is the one argument that we have over abortion. Let me just say as a comic, nothing at all gives me as much pleasure is to say to a group of people who've come to be entertained, abortion. I take great joy in it because I say the word and then I hear every anus in the room snap shut. What a joy. It just shuts you fuckers up. Then, of course, there are those who don't know my comedy and are going, boy, this would be a good time for him to bring that kazoo out. And as always, there are people in the room who go, you know, he just says the word fuck too much. Well, After I said the word, abortion, fuck seems like a festival, doesn't it? When I was young, you could be pro-abortion or anti-abortion. And now, 62 years later, you can be pro-choice or you can be pro-life. And that is what we've accomplished during my lifetime. We've made no decision as to when life begins. None. Every other civilized country on the planet's done it. But it's hard for us. We can't get the names of all the terrorists to all the airports. So this one, is a real brain teaser. And since we don't know and haven't decided when life begins, I don't know if the Democrats or the Republicans really know how to deal with the economy at all. But it's amazing that this new party, the Tea Party, believes that it does. I've waited my whole life for there to be a third party. I have been totally intolerant for quite some time of both Democrats and Republicans. But now, the third party shows up. And this is what I fucking got? Be careful what you wish for. I was attracted to them at first. They're a lot like me. They're angry. Anybody knows anger, it's fucking moi. And they're crazy. I'm fucking crazy. And we're angry and we're crazy for exactly the same reason. Because the Democrats make us angry and the Republicans make us crazy. Or switch it around if you wish. Whatever makes you fucking laugh. It's extraordinary. They have convinced a group of people to bust out of their double wides. Yes. Yeah. I'd put video on this cube if I could fucking show you. Busting out of their double wides, dressed as Ben Franklin, holding a kite in one hand and a key in the other, screaming, "Don't tax the rich!" If a group of people, leaders, can convince a group of folks who barely have a pot to piss in that the rich shouldn't be taxed, that is leadership. These are leaders who live in the past and yet want to decide what we do in the future. That doesn't even make for a good movie. You've got one of the gems here. No, you do, don't you? Michelle Bachman's certainly giving you some amazing press. America won't hear it. Not that many people are going to watch that special. Could be too little, too late. I talk about her, but after a paragraph or so, I begin to have seizures. Then, of course, there was Christine O'Donnell. She's the one who was nominated to be the Republican candidate for the Senate from Delaware, and that was the best Delaware could do. Can you imagine? When a state, I just said that's when you strip them of their statehood. I wish they'd nominated a wallaby. Yeah, a little kangaroo would have been fun to watch on C-SPAN just to see where the critter took a shit. She announced that she had not masturbated in 13 years. Holy fuck. Isn't that something you keep a secret? Or was she so crazy from not masturbating, she just blurted it out? I tell you, if I didn't masturbate for 13 hours, my hands would try to choke me to death. Because my hands love me that much. I would accept Sarah Palin running for the presidency of the United States if she ran from FarmVille. I think that would be absolutely splendid. An advertisement with her, she's completely there, and there's cartoon ducks and geese, and you know, there's rows of corn and all sorts of shit. She's got a magnificent home and a beautiful barn, and then Bristol would be standing there with an abstinence-only T-shirt. And Trig, of course, would be there because he's the first baby ever named after math. And if you didn't laugh at that, then you didn't get who the joke was directed at, asshole. And then you'd see in the sky helicopters strafing the elderly, and she'd point out to us where Russian FarmVille was. And then she would go down to the river, babbling brook, and pull from it one fish. And she would say, "This is one fish, and now there are 20 fish." And then she would go inside and go to the oven and pull from it a loaf of bread. And she would say, "This is one loaf, and now there are 20. And that, she would say, is her economic policy. I still wouldn't vote for her. But I have to say, I'd poke her.